Has your weekend forecast. The news starts now.
This is WB2 News, where your time counts.
Breaking news, hot on his trail at this hour. Police may have the Raspy robber surrounded. Good evening, everyone. I'm Ernie Bjorkman.
And I'm Wendy Brockman. Police are keeping the location a secret because they don't want to tip their hands.
They believe the Raspy robber, wanted in at least 23 holdups in the past 2 weeks alone, is himself holed up inside a house. Don Ward is at the scene where it's all unfolding. Don.
Well, Ernie, they tell us tonight that they believe it may be the Raspy robber in a home off Federal behind me here. There may be 4 other people in that house, too, a man, a woman, and 2 children. Let's take a look at some videotape that we shot literally just a few minutes ago of a man being brought out, hands in the air. We don't know if this is the Raspy robber suspect or perhaps one of the other people that was believed to be in the house with him. But this happened just a few minutes ago, obviously taking someone into custody. If this is the Raspy robber, then it certainly means a lot of folks who work the night shift in the southwest part of Denver will be relieved.
One and a dog, $4.15.
In the cash register at Grandpa's Burger Haven,
85 cents.
there isn't much cash.
Very much? No, there isn't. Not at all. Not anymore anyways. We don't keep anything over $40 now.
The restaurant is right in between 2 spots hit by the Raspy robber earlier in his spree.
We are pretty scared. We usually stay in the back and watch the windows.
Just in case.
Guess he has a lot of people shook up.
Make me very scared.
She's one of them, just closing up the China House on South Broadway last night. She went outside to empty the trash and found herself face to face with the man in the mask.
He take a gun. He put it in my bed. Tell me, come in, take the money.
She says he took off in a truck. Minutes earlier, he tried to rob this Arby's and apparently left that crime scene on a bike. Just as he's changed his territory, he's also changed the getaway.
Hey man, give me the money.
Maybe because this liquor store clerk chased him away Wednesday night and got a good look at the getaway car. And now that the hunt for the Raspy robber includes Denver, Sheridan, and Englewood cops, maybe something as simple as a traffic stop could trip him up.
Maybe he'll see the gun in the car and he'll search the car, or maybe he'll see the gray mask, or he'll be tipped off by the voice.
You ever get the feeling that maybe he's out there watching?
Yeah, sometimes, I think, maybe he comes in just to see what, how we handle our business.
So she was fearful when we talked to her, but perhaps that fear is over. Again, Denver police confirmed very little tonight, except that the man perhaps wanted in the Raspy robber crimes has been holed up in a house back here with several other people. Let's roll the videotape again from just a few minutes ago. This is one man being brought out. It's difficult to see in this picture, I know. It's difficult to tell if perhaps that is the man they believe might be the Raspy robber, but it is certainly someone that they were taking into custody. And again, they've been around this house now for an hour or more. A possible getaway car was also spotted a few blocks from here. We tried to go take pictures of that. Police are keeping that cordoned off right now as well. And so is it the white car they've been talking about for 2 weeks now, the one that's been used at several of these crime scenes? We can't tell you for sure. We can tell you again that a man believed to be the Raspy robber may even be in custody by now, certainly surrounded by police back here at a house just off of Federal. Reporting live in Denver, Don Ward, WB2 News.
All right, thanks, Don. People will be so relieved if we finally have a resolution to this.
Yeah, because this guy was really getting off on, 3 last night or 2 last night.
Right.
So we'll, of course, keep you updated throughout the hour if we get any new information on this person that's holed up in that house.
What we want.
Updating our breaking news tonight, police confirm they do indeed have the so-called Raspy robber surrounded.
That's right. Don Ward is live from the scene with the very latest. Don?
Wendy and Ernie, they have the man they believe is responsible for all of those crimes, surrounded in a house right back here. The frightening part for police as they moved in was that they also had information there were 5 other people in the house with him. Let's take a look at some videotape we shot just after 9 o'clock. One of those people coming out. Those people have all, in fact, left the house now. Only the Raspy robber suspect himself remains in that house, surrounded by police officers. We want to tell you a little bit more about the police work that led to the information that actually brought police here tonight. So for that, Detective Virginia Lopez joins us now. Detective, they had a car in mind. They found a car that matched the possible getaway car description, and they just kept an eye on it, right?
Right, they had it under surveillance earlier today. Once they saw somebody get inside that vehicle, they surrounded the vehicle. They then interviewed this suspect, or excuse me, they interviewed the person inside this vehicle, which then led them to the address behind me. In the meantime, they did obtain information that 5 other people were inside that home. They've all since been evacuated. We do believe we have the suspect involved barricaded inside this home behind me.
After this crime spree that spanned 2 weeks plus, 23 businesses, and now 3 different cities, it must be some relief tonight to at least believe that you have the man who may be behind these crimes.
It's a major relief. Each time he produced a weapon, however, he never hurt any of his victims, but that's not to say at some point it would not have escalated.
At this point, negotiators are either on their way or have just arrived to try to talk this guy out of the house, see if they can bring him out peacefully.
Right, and we're prepared to be here as long as it takes and hopefully able to talk him out. However, we will do what we need to do to bring this to a safe conclusion.
And just to clarify, you don't know if this is his house. The man you saw get in that car was not the suspect, but through your investigation after you had him, you found out that this is where this guy probably was.
I should say that the person that we saw get inside that vehicle, we're not sure what that person's relationship is to the suspect, but it ultimately led us to the location directly behind me.
Thank you very much, Detective Virginia Lopez. Denver police, again, right now surrounding a home in which they believe they have cornered the man who is responsible for 23 robberies in the last 2 weeks plus. Negotiators are on their way here right now to try and bring him out peacefully. Live in Denver, Don Ward, WB2 News.
And Don, are they still asking you not to reveal your location? They don't want you to say where you are?
No, actually now it's West 4th Avenue and South Federal. There was some concern very early tonight that if perhaps the people inside didn't know that police were massing outside, they didn't want us giving away information or specifics on exactly what they were doing. But now it appears everyone in that house is out except for the suspect, and he certainly knows police are out here, Wendy.
Don, thank you very much. Let's hope it all comes to an end tonight. Thanks.
Don.
Bent out of shape. Ross, there's no comparison.
Breaking news tonight, I'm Don Ward, live at South Federal and West 4th Avenue, where negotiations have now begun to bring out the man police strongly believe may be the Raspy robber. In a house back here, they got information that he was inside. They also learned that there were 5 other people in the house. You're seeing some videotape right now of one woman coming out less than an hour ago. All of the other people are now out of the house, but the man police suspects may be responsible for 23 holdups at businesses across the southwest part of Denver, and Sheridan and Englewood is holed up in there. Police are negotiating with him right now. I can hear their voices over a bullhorn as they try to bring him out peacefully. But remember, at each of these robberies, he displayed a weapon, so they believe he could be armed. They don't want to just go in there until they know things are safe. So right now, they are trying to bring him out, and this will wrap up 2 weeks plus of robberies that have been going on at businesses all over this area. Police say they are relieved tonight to have the man who may be responsible surrounded. They hope to bring him into custody. No one has been hurt here. They're hoping that is the way the evening will end. Reporting live, Don Ward, WB2 News.
Tonight's Unit 2 Consumer Alert.
First news at 9.
A winter blast, cold and snow in the metro area tonight makes getting around a bit of a nightmare in some places. Good evening, I'm Asha Blake.
And I'm Ernie Bjorkman. Police are getting calls about dozens and dozens of fender benders because of the slick roads tonight. Let's take a live look outside right now. This is I-25 in Orchard. Snow has stopped for the most part, but roads are slick and traffic is moving a little slower than usual.
Just before sunset tonight, the snow was coming down in Green.
Meteorologist Dave Frazier is watching the radar. Don, let's begin with you. I-25 in Arapahoe. There's an accident right behind you.
There is, Ernie, one of many we've seen tonight. I'm going to step aside so we can take a look here. This one is in the cleanup stages, a 2-car accident between Dry Creek and Arapahoe Road, and it's pretty much sums up what the roads are like tonight. They don't look too bad, that they're very, very slick indeed. Let's take a look at some video from a little bit north of here. This is southbound I-25. You can see one accident there, had traffic backed up considerably. There was another accident where the driver of a Corvette spun out, went into a median wall, hit another car. We talked to one woman who was involved in that crash.
The gentleman had apparently hit the median and was spinning around, and I tried so hard to avoid him, and he hit me.
Slippery out here.
Yeah.
As you take another live look at this accident scene, again, this is northbound I-25, just north of Dry Creek, just south of Arapahoe Road. And from here, I can see at least 2 other spots on northbound I-25 where police lights are flashing, where cars are stopped because they've just plain spun out. We saw at least half a dozen cars off the road just in a quick trip down the interstate just about a half an hour ago. We saw one guy spin out, didn't hit anything, but he had to sort of correct himself and get back on the road. So at this point, it seems like north of here, by the time you get to Colorado Boulevard, it doesn't seem to be as bad. So it's this stretch through the tech center that's worst. Cars are going very, very slowly because, again, while it doesn't look too bad, there's some black ice. It's very slippery. The side streets seem like they might not be as bad at this point. That might be a better option, at least from our very brief observations in terms of just slickness. And again, of course, if you get on the highway, people are going a little faster. The potential to skid out is a lot more. So it's pretty dangerous out here right now. Let's go to Dave Frazier and find out what is in store if there's more on the way. Dave?
Well, Don, in weather, timing is everything. And what happened is we got into
His ex-wife then barricaded himself inside his house. He eventually gave up.
All right, we've got some breaking news to tell you about today. We're going to go back out to Don Ward, who's at I-25 and Arapahoe, where they're talking about closing that stretch of the highway. Don?
Asha, apparently things have gotten so bad out here in the last half an hour or so that they have decided to close down a stretch of the highway. I'm going to step aside here. This is between Dry Creek and Arapahoe Road. This is closed down right here to clear away the last remnants of an accident, and traffic is backed up behind it. But what we've been told right now from the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Department is that I-25 northbound is now closed at County Line Road north to Arapahoe Road. Now, County Line is just one exit south of what you're looking at right now, so this is the traffic they got through before the closure, but it stopped also. They have had dozens of accidents, some of them with injuries from these icy conditions. They're going to try to get some sand trucks in here to make conditions a little more drivable, a little less dangerous. They don't know how long it's going to take to do that. They don't know how long, in fact, the interstate is going to be closed. But the word from the Sheriff's Department right now is, even if you're driving on I-25 north of Arapahoe Road, please go very slowly because it is very, very slick. It's causing a lot of problems. And again, I-25 shut down northbound right now, right behind me, for an undetermined period of time. If we find out that it's reopened, we'll pass that along. Live in Arapahoe County, Don Ward, WB2 News.
Quick question, Don. Do you see any sand trucks out there? Should they have been out there an hour ago?
Well, we didn't see, well, actually, yes. You know what, Ernie? We did see some a little bit north of here. They were stopped at an accident scene, perhaps trying to help with the situation there. The problem in any situation like this, when the traffic is backed up, the sand trucks can't get through either. The emergency vehicles have been taking up the space to get to where they need to get to. So they're on the way. We don't see them here yet, but they could be minutes away. They're trying.
All right, Don, thank you for the update.
Sure.
All right, coming up tonight at 9:30, does a sex offender live next door to you? Tonight, a new way to let you know.
Percent financing plus a March bonus cash allowance that can save you up to $6,900 on Liberty.
I love it. At 9:30, we have more on our breaking news. The roads out there are getting very treacherous.
Part of I-25 is a mess tonight, and now we're getting word of another closure. Don Ward is live at I-25 in Arapahoe. Don, what's the latest?
Well, it is a mess, Asha, and we are right in the middle of it. This traffic that you see trickling through here now is just the stuff that was caught after they closed County Line, but they were delayed here for an accident. They're now being allowed to trickle through. And I'm going to step back just a second and let you see something a little extraordinary. If we pan over there to the right, you see a sand truck in the northbound lanes heading south. That's how bad things are. They're doing everything they can right now to try and get sand down on this highway because it is an ice rink at this point. We've just been told that I-25 southbound is now closed at Bellevue. So that's not going anywhere. If you're expecting someone home tonight and they're traveling on I-25, they're going to be late. You're taking a look now at some traffic slowly moving through here. The effort right now by the Sheriff's Department is to clear this highway completely in this zone so they can get as many sand trucks in here as possible and make it passable again. Just to the right now, you'll see some sand trucks on those southbound side. So the crews are getting in here to do the work they have to do. But it's been a long, difficult process because it was just clogged up with traffic. Everywhere you looked, there were cars spun out. So there were emergency vehicles here. No one could get through. Now the sand trucks are doing their work, but you can see it's still closed down here. We're between Dry Creek and Arapahoe Road. It is officially closed at County Line Road as far as the northbound side goes. This is just some leftover traffic that got caught. It's being cleared out now. Everyone who's coming north here is getting off at Arapahoe, again, so they can keep the traffic clear. And again, I-25 now closed southbound at Bellevue, which is just north of here, and northbound at County Line, which is just south of here. We're right in the middle of it. It's a mess right now, and there's no telling how soon it's going to be completely open again. Live in Arapahoe County, Don Ward, WB2 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Don.
Looks really icy.
Okay. It's almost like a grail, holy grail for me now, dude. Hold. What's up, guys? Let me get all this out of the way so we're not chopping all over this. Yeah. You know, actually, no. I don't normally use them. Yeah, let's stick with what you know. More, yeah, I think you got it good. This is good. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. That's a killer. Don't drop this. I got you, brother, from another mother.
I haven't even watched where it ends, you know?
Go to see. No, no es difícil, porque vas súper armada.
Just a little bit. Want to grab that for her, Mike? Mike can get it. She got That's it. Good.
Cuando estés a la mitad. Cuando estés a la mitad de camino, que tú quedarás un poco más abajo que él.
Hi, okay?
Okay. So, that's too good. Yeah, I got. Tension.
Yeah, we're part of.
Hold there, agreed.
Stay there, Mohammed.
Mohammed.
Come on, Saskia.
No, Mohammed.
He's too good. Yeah, he's not good. صورني يا عمار. ايه ما هو بابا. Go for Saskia, guys! Michelle, go for Saskia! Saskia, come on! Come on!
Don't go away!
Try one? Go, Jordy! Camera cuts.